Hey everyone, Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys a brand new 2023 album review. I know it's been a while since I've done any album reviews, but I'm bringing you a brand new one. And today we're going to be talking about the new album from the kings of death metal themselves, Cannibal Corpse, entitled Chaos Horrific, which is out now through Metal Blade Records. Now, I don't think I need to say anything about Cannibal Corpse that hasn't been said already by many people. Legendary death metal band, been around since the late 80s from New York. They're pretty much my gateway into death metal. I remember hearing Hammer Smashed Face, obviously from when they appeared in the movie Ace Ventura Pet Detective with Jim Carrey, and still one of my favorite movies of all time. Ever since then, I've been hooked on them, and they've been putting out classic albums such as like Butchered at Birth, Tomb of the Mutilated, Bloodthirst, Wretched Spawn, and this is the band's 16th album, and this follows up their previous album, which came out in 2021, titled Violence Unimagined, which I thought was a pretty good album. But with this album, Chaos Horrific, does it follow up or exceed what Violence Unimagined has? I think it definitely has. I mean, Cannibal Corpse definitely has their formula that they stick with, and it's usually like a thing with death metal. It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you have like your own formula and you stick with it, people say you're repetitive, but if you try to experiment, people say you're inconsistent. But at the end of the day, they make Cannibal Corpse is still Cannibal Corpse. Production wise on this album, it's great. Eric Rutan, who's pretty much produced every album since probably Kill or Evisceration Plague. I think he does a really great job with the production. Of course, joining up with the band on the previous album, I think he definitely knows the sound well for the band. I'm going to talk about the vocal work from George Corpse Grinder Fisher. I think his growls on here just gotten a lot powerful. Like, these dudes are in their 50s and they still sound great, and they pretty much almost put like every band that's like younger than them to shame live. Like, I've seen Cannibal Corpse 9 times and they just fucking kill it. And Corpse Grinder just sounds really great, as he always has since he joined the band in '96 with Vile. The guitar work on this album is tight. Rob Barrett and Eric Rutan, both of them come up with some really great riffs, and just rhythmically it sounds fucking sick, and just the souling that both of them do is really amazing. The bass on this album is audible. Alex Webster, which a lot of people say he's like the Steve Harris of death metal, and he writes some songs on here as well. And his bass is really audible. He really steps it up. And drumming wise, Paul Mazurkowitz does a really great job with handling the drums, pretty much keeping the beat. So pretty much rambled on for about 3 minutes. So let's dive into this album track by track. Now, starting things off is Overlords of Violence. Starts off with a really sick bass intro from Alex Webster, which just goes right into it. And this is this song just crushes us mercilessly with the old school death metal, offering just pure, unfiltered, like Cannibal Corpse for the masses. Which I just think is a really great way to start this album. And then it follows into the next song, Frenzied Feeding, which has another massive assault, and just the guitar work from Rob and Eric just sound really dirty. And just George right here just proves like he's just a really great death metal growler, and it's just a thrashing slab of like, it's fun. And then we go into Summon for Sacrifice, which is actually the first single from Chaos Horrific. It's a really headbanging song, just full of like speed, really great tempo shifts, and just gut punching grooves. And I think that's another great song, a great way to give fans a first taste of this new album. Next song is called Blood Blind. That's a tongue twister in itself. This is probably one of the more groovier songs on the album. The intro riffing is just insane, and it just really goes well with the placed double bass kicks. And this song just is really great, and especially vocally with Corpse Grinder. He does like a moderate vocal pace in the first half, and then it just kicks in a higher gear instrumentally, and he does like these double time bellows, which is a really good song. Next song on the album is called Vengeful Invasion. Now this showcases sort of like the band's sort of like technical kind of intricacy. And I feel like they're more inclined nowadays to balance that element with sort of like their more kind of linear songs. Then we go into the title track of the album, Chaos Horrific. Now, this song just kicks so much ass with a lot of like thrashy kind of vibes with it. It's fast as fuck and just hardly lets up at all. It even utilizes some really interesting timing dynamics with the guitars during the verses that can't really articulate, but it really helps distinguish from the rest. And I love like the layered screams on the hook, which the band sort of like incorporates sometimes. Moving on to Fracture and Refracture. Now, this hits hard with like classic mid-paced Cannibal Corpse song, and it's a very simple song with crunching guitars that will leave fans like just really bobbing their heads. Next song on the album is called Pitchfork Impalant. And now, right from the get-go, this song offers like 3 minutes of insanity and violence, led by some really great growls from George, while Paul just hammers on the drums with just insane fury. Next up is Pestilential Rictus. Now, this song has some really catchy D beats, really boasting, really good. And then we get into the last song on the album, called Drain You Empty. Now, this song goes back and forth. It almost has a little bit of like black metal aesthetics with the simple death metal that Cannibal Corpse is known for. And it's just a blistering death metal attack. And I think it's a really strong way to end this album. Now, overall, Chaos Horrific by Cannibal Corpse, another solid addition to their discography. I'm looking forward to seeing them next month with Mayhem, Gorguts, and Blood Incantation. So that'll be also my 10th time seeing Cannibal Corpse, which is insane. I've been seeing them since 2016. So that's my review of the new Cannibal Corpse album, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, keep it metal.